Good morning. I hope all of you are doing well and staying safe. Over the past few months, as we have dealt with COVID-19, you've heard many of our Phoenix Contact leaders, including myself, refer to our production and distribution center teams as our heroes. With Jack out on furlough, he has given me the opportunity to take over for him. For this video, we felt it was important for you to experience firsthand how our on-site heroes here are continuing to work every day within the constraints of their new normal. So much has changed. For 8 hours per day, they are wearing masks and face shields, often wearing gloves, maintaining social distancing, clocking in and out in a new way, adding time to their day so they don't congregate at the same time at time clocks and lockers. And this social distancing is not only while working, but also at breaks and at lunch. They've experienced firsthand when a coworker has become ill at work and that person's workstation has been cordoned off. They've waited anxiously to hear if that coworker has tested positive for the virus, all the while continuing to come to work. As they have told us, they felt an obligation to do so because we needed them. These are our heroes, and I'd like you to hear their firsthand accounts of why they've done it, how they felt about it, and how they feel about Phoenix Contact. So good morning, everyone. I'd like to introduce you to Deb Martin. Deb Martin is a supervisor of our IFC production area. What actions that we are taking make you feel better or best make you feel comfortable here? And maybe explain a little bit.
Okay, well, I mean, there are a lot of things that the company has done actually, I think, that are great. So some of those things include spreading the desks out where we can, spreading the tables in the lunch area. There's hand sanitizer and cleaning disinfectant all over the work area, so you can clean down your workstation as many times as you need to throughout the day at the end of shifts. We changed our hand scanner, so there's less contact for the employees when they come into the building. So wearing of the masks is also great. For me, as someone who tends to get sick kind of easily, I feel great with my mask on. I was wearing one actually before it was required, and I'll probably wear one after. But the biggest thing to me that I really like is the addition of the temperature scanner. It's great because I think that, you know, we all as adults know that when we're sick, when we're running a temperature, we shouldn't come to work. But sometimes we do out of obligation or whatever, and I just think that's a great safeguard. Regardless of, you know, whether it's from the virus, hopefully not, or whatever, you really shouldn't be here when you're ill. So I think that's a great addition.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is Tom Piper, our overmold operator for SAC cables. So I would like you to share with everyone, you know, how your leadership listened and responded, and then share some of your thoughts about that, and then about what we've gone through here over the last 3 months.
It's been a difficult time, and it's been very challenging. We've asked the company to do things to keep us safe, and they've gone out of their way, I feel, to do what they could do. We've asked for a couple examples, Clorox wipes on the tables in the lunchroom. They're there as they could be. We've asked for ways to keep the doors open so that we wouldn't have to touch the door handles, and they came up with ways to do that. So I think they've gone out of their way to do what they could. It's been difficult, but we've been here through the thick and thin of it.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. I'd like to introduce Ron Kent, one of our production operators in our second shift SAC cable area. And Ron, I have a question for you. Is the communications getting to you on second shift? Is the leadership communicating with you and making sure you have the information as well?
Oh yes. Yeah, we have had different group gatherings and where it's been shared with us as far as what we should be doing and what we should not be doing.
Okay.
Yes.
is there anything in particular that we're doing that makes you feel more comfortable?
Yeah, I like the fact that everyone is required to have their mask on when they enter the building. Also, as well as being in the cafeteria, everything is space appropriate as far as the way it should be. The bathrooms, the doors is open, so you don't have to worry about everyone touching the door or what have you. And in the work area, we have all different types of disinfectant that we have to wipe down the work surfaces after everyone, one person leaves, the other person have to wipe it down. Yeah, we're doing different things like that.
Okay. And do you feel safe?
I feel absolutely safe. I mean, I've been coming to work every day since the epidemic and stuff like that. I haven't missed one day. So yeah, I feel real safe.
Wonderful. Thank you, Ron.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
Hi, I'd like everyone to meet Rashmika Patel. And Rashmika is one of our production operators in our ICC value add area. And Rashmika, I would like to ask you, do you feel safe?
Yes. First couple days we were scared, but then everything's good, going good.
Okay.
We're happy to come to work. It's nice and clean.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I'd like to introduce you to Christy Anovic, one of our production operators in our ICC value add area. And Christy, I have a question for you.
Sure.
And you wear a face shield or a mask all day, right?
Yes.
Could you tell me about it? I mean, was it easy to get used to? Do you have a preference?
No, I mean, I think I prefer a face shield, but it's that can be uncomfortable too in its own way, and this is just a lot easier. And but it's either one of them are kind of uncomfortable. So nothing like breathing in your own carbon dioxide all day long.
Yep. And then, has it taken you a while to get used to it? Or
Yes.
are you used to it?
No. In fact, so many times I leave my car, start coming towards a building, realize I forgot my mask and have to turn around and go back and get it.
Very
Thank you.
good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'd like to introduce David Gross, who is our production operator here in our DC machine area. And David, I have a question for you. Is there any particular thing that's changed that you feel that makes you feel more comfortable or better?
I think everything that's in place, has had safety and health protocols, in line with everything. So I think, whether it's the mask or it's the social distancing, and it's just the constant, the monitoring, and everything that I think is first class, really.
Very good. Then you feel safe.
Yes, I definitely feel safe.
Excellent. Thank you, David.
Okay, thank you.
I'd like to introduce Susan Kiuchi, who's a production operator on our second shift DC area. And Susan, I have a question for you. And the question is, do you feel well informed about safety measures implemented here at Phoenix Contact?
I did feel well informed, and especially during the beginning of the COVID, I felt very safe, and that's one reason too I didn't take off. I stayed here the whole time with the ship. And I liked how Dave Skeleton and Jack Nealing would come each week there for a while, and they would talk to us. And for me wise, it just helped, because everybody's under tension, and it really helped me. I thought it was really great that the company gave us some free meals, because the more nervous you are, you want to eat more, and it just helped the whole atmosphere. And I love all the practices that they really implemented with trying to keep the place safe, and I felt good here. And I just really appreciate everything they did for us.
And do you feel safe?
I do really feel safe, yes.
Wonderful. Thank you, Susan.
You're welcome.
Hi, I'd like to introduce Rob DeGroot, who is a production technician here in our electronics manufacturing area.
So a large part of my job function is dealing directly with the operators. So I was making sure I was properly wearing my PPE, as well as sanitizing the work surfaces and my hands frequently throughout the day.
And what do you think that we've done as a company that helps protect you and others?
I think one of the best things that Phoenix has done so far is actually through information, by having the executives and different staff come down to the floor and talk directly to the operators and not just through emails. It makes everyone feel that they're part of it and that everyone's being looked after.
Thank you. I'd like to introduce you to Shauna Rausch, who is a production operator here in our electronics manufacturing.
Yes.
And Shauna, I have a question for you, and I'd like you to answer, did your leadership listen to your concerns and then respond with feedback in a timely manner?
I would say yes. I don't think we had a whole lot of concerns. Most everything that we would have been concerned about was taken care of before we had the opportunity to really be concerned. I mean, the biggest thing I think would have been the time clocks, and that was switched over pretty much right away. We had hand sanitizer and disinfectants provided, so none of that was something that we had an opportunity to really worry about.
Okay. So then do you feel safe?
Absolutely. No questions asked. Everybody that I work with, all of my coworkers, everybody's been very vigilant about being safe about everything, so I haven't had any concerns at all.
Very good. I would like to pass the microphone to Doug Ferguson so he and his team can share some of their experiences in our logistics area.
Dave and his team have shared their thoughts and experiences as we've developed our guidelines to ensure the safety of our employees. We have all worked together to develop the safety procedures which we all practice while we're here at the facility. The logistics, manufacturing, and quality teams have continued their efforts in support of our customers. But also, our facilities and housekeeping team has been working very hard behind the scenes to maintain our logistics automation system and an overall safe and sanitary work environment. Now I would like to ask my associates to offer some of their thoughts and experiences over the past several months. Good morning. I'd like to introduce Beth Hillman from our warehouse team. Beth, as we've moved through this COVID-19 crisis over the last 13 weeks, are you satisfied with the level of communication amid the changing environment?
The level of communication from the company has been very good. From YouTube videos and emails, we have been very informed of every change. It has made it feel easy to come to work, and I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to share my thoughts.
Absolutely. Thanks for your awesome commitment, Beth. Good morning. I'm here with Jonathan Murphy from our warehouse team. He works in the production logistics area. Jonathan, I wanted to ask you, as we've moved through this COVID-19, what do you think is the biggest procedural change in the warehouse area that has made you feel more at ease?
For me, the biggest procedural change that has made me feel most at ease is how we deal with our drivers. In the past, we would let the driver in the building, he would be on the dock area, possibly help unload the trucks, maybe use the restroom or the break room. But now we meet the driver at the door, take his paperwork, unload the truck, sign the paperwork, and give the paperwork back, all without the driver ever entering the building.
Awesome. Well, thanks for your time, Jonathan.
Thank you, Doug.
Good afternoon. I'm here with Chris Dunn. He's a warehouse worker for us here at Phoenix on second shift. Chris, I wanted to ask you, what do you think's been one of the biggest challenges for the warehouse team dealing with the new COVID-19 protocols that we put in place several weeks back?
I think the biggest challenge is probably the social distancing, because when you're in the warehouse working, it's kind of hard to social distance with your coworkers. When you have to communicate on top of wearing the mask, it's hard to understand them also. But the bright side is it makes everybody try to communicate a whole lot better than before.
Great. Thanks for your time, Chris.
Yep, you're welcome.
Hey, Brock, do you have a second?
Hey, Doug, how are you?
Hey, just wanted to ask you a quick question. You've been instrumental throughout this whole crisis in keeping our employees safe here at the facility. What have been some of the instrumental changes in your processes that have helped us keep things safe?
Well, Celia and I have really focused on during this issue of high contact areas, making sure we hit those more often, touch points, keep cross-contamination down. But the biggest thing is the Clorox 360 that we have gotten. We have got it prior to flu season as a preventative measure, and it's turned out to pay dividends for us because it can cover huge areas in minutes versus almost an hour to clean a certain spot. So it really helps us be efficient with keeping germs down all throughout the facility.
Yeah, definitely been a great investment for us. In general, do you feel safe here at the facility?
Absolutely. I think we have all the resources to keep this campus safe. I hope all the employees feel safe too.
Excellent. Keep up the great work, Brock. Appreciate
Thanks.
it. All right. Good morning. I'd like to introduce Josh Smeltzer. He's one of our logistics automation maintenance technicians. Josh, I wanted to ask you, do you feel a sense of pride amid the crisis supporting the efforts of our production and logistics employees to support our essential and life-sustaining customers?
I think this is a twofold answer, but in short, yes, I do. First, I can tell you that coming to work every day, knowing others around the country aren't as fortunate, fills me with a great sense of pride. As I walk the floor and see other people going about their normal job functions day in and day out, it shows me that our employees also have a great sense of commitment and pride, not only to Phoenix Contact, but also to our customers. With everything going on in the world, the constant changes of information being received from the experts, as well as the commissioning and go live with the new ASRS, through it all, the mental toll it can take on a person is hard to describe. Despite that, our essential employees show up every day, put a brave face on, and are ready to work. Heroes are often associated with the word brave. I think that sums up what our employees represent to our customers. Second, this pride is not just in supporting the daily production efforts and the LCA, but also in taking on new, quickly needed changes associated with the entire facility. The facilities team has been on the front line as far as securing masks and distributing them, placing social distancing marks on the floor, installing sneeze and cough barriers at the front desk, and many other steps being implemented to reduce the spread of COVID-19 here on site. It's definitely something to be proud of, and our entire facilities team and production staff is to thank for that.
Great, thanks a lot. Thank you all for your contributions. Your feedback and suggestions have been instrumental through all of these changes. What a fantastic team we have here. Now I'm going to turn it back over to Dave for some final comments.
Please remember, the virus is still with us. There is no vaccine or effective treatment yet. It has many confusing symptoms or no apparent symptoms at all, but is still easily transmitted. What we know is the activities we have been practicing work and need to be continued as we open and for the foreseeable future. I want to thank you all for your active participation in keeping us safe and operating here at Phoenix Contact. Continue to follow these guidelines, and I look forward to seeing all of you as you begin your return to the office over the next few months.